What's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TG, here to bring you another episode of People's Questions, where I answer all the questions that you guys have sent me over the past week. We got a pretty standard episode of questions, nothing out of the ordinary, but I do believe we have two newbies. So, it's nice to know that my reach with people's questions is growing. And before I get into you guys' questions, I would just like to make two announcements real quick, just so you guys were curious. If you happen to notice, like a little bit of weirdness in my voice, it's just because I'm kind of in the last stages of getting out of a sickness. For those of you who happen to catch my last stream that I cut a little bit late, or had to cut early, I was really sick. I actually happened to go to a local UMC to find out exactly what was wrong, and let's just say that my cold that I got from the day it snowed here in Vegas, that I somehow was able to beat with a little bit of NyQuil, decided to make a comeback and evolve into a full-out flu. Yeah, did not expect that to happen, and this flu hit me really hard. In fact, harder than I think any flu has ever hit me before. So that's kind of the explanation for my sickness. And number two, I would also like to remind everyone that I am doing a promotion for my favorite online gaming store, INSERTCOINS. And if you happen to use this code here that goes by 3TRIC20, you can save 20% off any of your orders. And heck, I recently just picked up this really awesome PlayStation jacket, which I will probably do a video for once it finally gets here. So please make sure you use this code before the end of June. There is a lot of really great stuff that they have on their website, so it's best to pick it up now with this discount as you see, when you still can. So with that out of the way, let's go into the first set of questions, and the first one comes from a regular of mine going by the name of Harshly Critical, and he wanted to know, do I prefer old Kratos or new Kratos? Well, let's see. I've had we have like 6 games with old Kratos, only 1 game with new Kratos, so obviously I'm going with old Kratos. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, go with Daddy Kratos is fine, but I've only had 1 game with him, so I mean, that's pretty unanimous. Next question comes from the first newbie of the episode, and please forgive me if I get your name a little bit off, but you go by the name of MULL, MENSCH, or I'm sorry, that SCH is kind of throwing me off. And you want to know, am I interested in the Nintendo Switch, and have I tried it? No, I am not interested in the Nintendo Switch, and no, I have not tried it. I don't even know what the heck that thing is. I don't know if it's a portable or if it's console. I don't know what it is. You can't be both. And this is just me personally. This is how I feel personally. I think I'm too old for Nintendo. I don't know why many adults that are still around my age are still playing Nintendo consoles. My only big issue with Nintendo is that when it comes to their gaming franchises, they just don't really evolve as much. They keep reusing the same 3 or 4 franchises. They either add like another Smash game, another Mario game, another Zelda game, another Star Fox game. It's like, give me some new franchises. I mean, that's like the one thing that PlayStation gets right. I mean, when one developer retires a prominent franchise, they bring a new one in, and that airs us into the next generation of PlayStation. But Nintendo doesn't do that. And personally, I don't understand how these things are supposed to be so popular. And I've only ever seen 2 in person, like when I actually see people play them, so I guess they can't be that popular. So yeah, no, not interested in the Nintendo Switch. Next question comes from Santiago Scarpino. You want to know, which is my favorite and least favorite Rocky movie? Well, my favorite Rocky movie is Rocky 4. When it comes to my least favorite, that's kind of hard because 4 of them I haven't even seen. I have not seen Rocky 5. I have not seen Rocky Balboa. I have not seen Creed 1 or Creed 2. So my least favorite can only be based upon what I've heard. So I guess by unanimous decision, I guess Rocky 5's my least favorite, even though I don't know too much about it from what I've been told, and I've heard it wasn't all that good, so that's the one I'm going with. Next question comes from Brady Burke. You want to know, what are my thoughts on Virgil's reveal in the Devil May Cry 5 final trailer? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Brady. By the time this video goes up, more than likely I have already seen the full extent of how much Virgil is in the game. A friend of mine who actually got an early copy of the game sent me a link to a video that he made that pretty much showed how much Virgil's in the game, and I couldn't wait, so I saw it. I saw what they did with Virgil, and therefore I don't need to have much of an opinion on him in the final trailer because I pretty much know how much he's in the game, what they do with him, and I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm okay with what they did. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a fair statement without spoiling anything. I'm okay with what they did with them. So yeah. Next question. Sorry. Comes from Cassie J. Williams, and he wants to know, what do I think of Scorpion's fatalities in Mortal Kombat 11? They're okay. Scorpion's fatalities are always cool. I mean, the first one where he launches himself through a person's midsection, cuts off their head, kicks it in the air, and then spears it. And you see the spear come through the mouth. Pretty cool, but, we saw that in the reveal trailer. And the second one where I think he lights up his spear, throws him in the head, jumps around him, does complete 360 around their body, and cuts their body in half, kind of burning them apart. That's cool, too. But Scorpion's fatalities are always cool, so I can't complain, so yeah. Next question comes from the second newbie of the episode, coming from COMANCHE. I hope I said that right. And you want to know, did I play the demos for Devil May Cry 5 in the Fist of the North Star, and what did I think of them? Yes, I did play the demos for Devil May Cry 5, and no, I did not play the demo for Fist of the North Star. My only complaint about the demo for Devil May Cry 5 was I wish they'd given us the opportunity to play as the three main characters. The fact that they only allowed us to play as Nero, I was a little bit disappointed about. I mean, I'm not disappointed in the gameplay or the style of the game itself. I just would have liked to get a feeling for the other two characters. The fact that I only got to play as Nero, I was just like, okay, I can kind of understand what they're doing with the whole arm system thing, but it's pretty standard. But overall it was okay. I just wish I could have played as Dante and V. And the last question of the episode comes from the Batman of Neo Gotham, and you want to know, do I feel like Connor would have a good chance to take down Shay Cormac like Edward? Here's the problem with that. I don't think, this is not a paper, rock, scissors scenario here. The reason I think Edward has a better chance of taking on Shay is because Shay's entire approach to combat is designed to take down assassins. People who follow the assassin rulebook, follow the assassin tactics. And Edward doesn't do that. Edward is anything but that. He basically took the ways of the assassin and he evolved them for his own personal needs or his own personal approach. Connor didn't do that. Connor very much was trained to follow the assassin code. There's nothing about his approach to combat that was not trained to him within the assassins. Now, the reason why I would say his approach will work against Edward is simply I think that his style of fighting might be enough to throw Edward off guard a few times. Shown as that was the very approach to combat that ended up taking Edward down when he was much older. But then again, we have to throw into effect that Edward was pretty much caught with his pants down, or to be more accurate, in his pajamas, and he was more concerned about getting his family out of his house rather than his own personal safety. And therefore, I don't really see anything that Connor has that Shay wouldn't be able to counter. I mean, if you're looking for an assassin who had, native origins, you have to remember one of Shay's teachers had the same type of origins that Connor had. And so I think he could put up a good fight, but I would still put my money on Shay being able to take down Connor. So, yeah. And those are all the questions that have sent to me over the past week. I would also like to remind everyone that if there is a question that you sent in to the comment section of the last video that you didn't hear here, just check the comment section of the last video because chances are I answered them there. If you guys have any more questions you'd like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below. But make sure you get them in for me before Wednesday, roughly around noon, before I start filming the next episode. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.